Hello and welcome to Beacon for Lightworkers. My name is Renee Feeler. We are sharing this live on October 16th, 2012, and I'm so glad that you're here with us. The special topic today will be the goal of this upliftment cycle, or also known as Ascension cycle, and I'm really excited about the topic today. I'm still getting over a cold. I have a little tickle in my throat, and I apologize for that. I will do my best to remember to mute whenever I need to cough or anything related to the restoration and the rewiring that apparently is going on in my head and throat area. So welcome. The flow of the show today will do a little, well, we'll read a little bit from, we'll read one of the posts from the book, A Journey for Remembering, and then we'll do a pretty thorough meditation, and then we'll get to the special topic and do the closing, and I think that that's going to fully consume the full 90 minutes. So welcome. We're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. Okay, let's start off with setting the intention for today. So the intention of this show, and really everything that we do, is for the purpose of the evolution of humanity, this jump in human evolution that we are really setting in motion in our own personal lives, and assisting you in expanding your consciousness, raising your vibration, and further accessing and bringing to the surface the gorgeous and perfect and 100% pure light of God that is within you. It is the core essence of who and what you are in your infiniteness. So remembering that, remembering that, bringing it more to your conscious awareness in your human form, and then you can have a broader set of choices from which to choose and experience your humanity. More and more of us that are going through this process are really feeling a level of love and harmony and discernment because we're remembering more of that cosmic perspective from our human forms, and that really does literally help us feel more informed. We can more easily see the 3 and 4D game of polarization and duality as it's being played out, and we can choose accordingly. We may still choose to fully engage in the good, bad, right, wrong, he said, she said, they're going to get us, we're going to win kind of approach. And yet the cosmic perspective, the cosmic vibration that we know from home, when we're not in the midst of forgetting that we're God, when we're not in the separation age that we're coming out of on Earth, we remember that there is always a win-win situation, and that from the cosmic perspective you can energize those win-win outcomes where there really isn't a loser, there isn't a bad guy, there isn't a bad answer. There are just varying frequencies of choices and solutions and thoughts and feelings and emotions that have varying levels of light. That's what the Dark Age is forgetting that we are light and forgetting the connection inherently that we have to the sovereignty of all that is. Okay? So that's our intention in really everything that we do. We began sharing in, I guess it was September, well, it was actually 999, no coincidence there, September 9th, 2009. We launched the website, or I launched the website with my team in January of 2010. And ever since then, it's just been a constant stream of what I call uploads of divine remembering and wisdom and healing and energy and just consciousness that helps us in that process. We all have a unique role to play, and there's nothing more that I would like to see in my human journey at this time. Rather, there's nothing more I'd rather see than you experiencing very fully and tangibly and in an uncompromised state your divinity, the divine essence of who and what you are, in the infiniteness of who and what you are. That is my goal. That is the goal of what we do at beaconforlightworkers.com. We have an extremely unique approach because I wasn't, well, for many reasons, but part of that uniqueness is because I don't have a human guru that taught me everything I know, because that would be me sharing their version of divinity. And we all have our own unique aspect of God within us. So my approach is very much continuously nurturing and supporting your divine energy field that is at the root of who and what you are, so that you can, whenever you choose, however you choose, bring that more and more to the surface of your everyday life. This isn't just a hobby. it is intended really in this upliftment cycle that that divinity is brought to the surface in all facets of our life. Okay? So welcome. Welcome. Okay, let's read a post from the book. It's been a month now, 4 weeks since we tapped into this. Beacon for Lightworkers, A Journey for Remembering. And let's see if I can remember the last one that we did. I think I can, or if not, I'll have my helpers here. Okay. Yeah. Kate Lind is next. I love this one. So the image from Sea Angel 12 that she chose is very beautiful, aquamarine and blue, and it has a very aqueous Atlanta kind of vibration to it. And let me tap into Kate's energy here as she shared this beautiful poem for the book. Okay. Thank you, Kate. Okay. And it's entitled Star Queen. Vast oceanic Star Queen nebula, her shamanic-like essence, now portioned out among the stars and oceans of galaxies. Mermaid Mother Mary, Syrian light priestess, flowing gold star heart energy to awaken humankind to their innate sacred source essence. Caitlin. Well, how perfect is that based on what we were just sharing, right? Oh, and next month, says Jared. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Very good. Alrighty. Let's get started. The meditation, I typically don't take notes on the meditation, on specific, I want to say, sequences and protocols that we'll be doing, but I've been feeling more of that in my, in the various work that I do and in my kind of dream space. When the lucid dreaming that I do sometimes, there's been instances of my team saying, well, it's time to, or my higher self actually being the spokesperson saying it's time to initiate the code sequence for, you know, blah, 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 blank, blank, blank. And then there's this immediate kind of upload remembering of what that is and what it does and why we need it, why it's time, what it offers us, etc. So you'll probably feel in the meditation today there's a little bit more of that. I'm not going to put a word to it. You'll probably feel more and more of that. Okay. Okay. So I recommend feet flat on the floor and palms up on your knees. Starting off with some nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay. The intention of this meditation is to further anchor the golden and platinum rays in our human experience, allowing these frequencies to permeate our thoughts, feelings, emotions, our brain, our nervous system, our skeletal structure, our organs, tissues, blood, digestive tract, our breathing process, every follicle, every cell, all genetic material, all codes stored in our energy field tuned to these platinum and golden ray frequencies. So again, excuse me, nice conscious breaths. Please notice right within your heart-centered space, your heart chakra area, there is a source of light streaming into your awareness. Please just visualize that or feel that, however you experience the higher/inner sensory awareness system that is beyond the limitations of our 5 human senses. Just close your eyes. You may want to put your hand, any hand you like, over your heart and just feel the breaths. Visualizing or even just imagining this stream of light coming from within, almost like a ray of sun appears seemingly out of nowhere from the sun. That source of energy is also very akin to the source of energy that is within you. Okay. To me, this light is extremely pure and authentic in its divine structure and divine, I want to say material, even though it's antimatter. It is all structures of divine nature represented in this light. Allow this light, please, to completely permeate your entire energy field. I encourage you to visualize the energy field as a complete sphere, 360 degrees in any angle that you look at it, okay? Complete and whole sphere of light that you are. Okay. Take 2 nice deep breaths with me, and as you inhale, breathing in more of this divine energy from within your own personal energy field, and as you exhale, imagining that your personal energy field is actually expanding as a result of the synchronization that it feels with the light that you are. Breathing in that divine energy and exhaling as we expand our energy field more into a more free and I want to say sense of lack of constraint, just unconstrained light in our energy fields. And number 2. Okay. You may notice a specific sensation within the primary chakra centers, the original, I want to say, first generation chakra systems that we have been using for humanity, and also the upgraded chakra systems that more and more of us are choosing to work with, that are tuned to the higher dimensional states of reality that we know in the all that is. The upgraded chakra system lays right on top of, in parallel to, the original first generation chakra system that humanity's been using. We need this upgraded chakra system in order to more fully experience our divinity while remaining within human form, okay? Nice deep breaths. Just really focus on your breathing. If your beautiful brain is getting busy with, well, how, what, how, why? Okay, just breathe. Breathe and trust and know that your higher self designed this system, was a part and a co-creator in establishing and really even thinking of an upgraded chakra system, and that it was available and that it would be necessary for the new human, the divine human, to be brought into form in this time period, in this cycle. Okay. As your feet are remaining beautifully magnetized to the floor, just through your will, that they're intentionally grabbed onto the gravitational force that we so beautifully enjoy in our human form. And I'd like you to visualize, please, beneath the soles of your feet, a crystalline platform. It is also radiating platinum frequencies. Pick whatever shape you want it to be. Mine looks like a hexagon today. Okay. Okay. Please visualize from this platinum structure that connects you with more of your interdimensionality as your higher self, helping you re-member more and more of the codes, structures, experiences, dreams that you had for this journey as a soul in the planning phases of your experiencing this life that you are now living. This life that you are now living. And please allow a source of light to come up from this beautiful divine structure that is uniquely yours. Always protected, a sacred space. And this divine light is coming up from the soles of your feet into the pillar, really, the light pillar that is at the core of your being. It is in full alignment with all your primary chakra systems, first generation and divine second generation. This divine energy is flowing upwards through all the pillars of energy, from the root chakra all the way up to the heart chakra. It's lingering a little bit in your heart chakra to help you remember the vibration of love that you know from home, that is allowing, that is trusting, that is honoring the all that is, no matter what way that all that is experiencing itself, honoring other humans, honoring the other choices that others are making, and choosing to embrace and allow the vibration of love for self and for all that is in this experience. Nice deep breath. Okay. And with that, remember truth. Just please visualize the way that it's shown to me anyway is right within our heart chakra. There's this beautiful pink flower. It's a lotus flower, and it is actually multi-colored, but to me there's tinges of rose-colored pink. There's some beautiful soft yellow. There's a lot of white, a lot of ivory, and it's pulsating and growing, and it's just magnificent. Okay. And this beautiful being really within you, your higher self, is reminding you that the true source of healing is within your heart-centered space. It is represented by this beautiful and divine lotus flower of the highest frequencies that you know from home, from real home, in your infiniteness. The vibrations from which you journeyed into this human incarnation are always available to you in your heart-centered space. You don't need a conduit. You don't necessarily need another person if another is guiding you back to center and that feels good. This is in divine order. But you have the source of healing within you. You never would have left home without it. Okay? Okay. Okay, now traveling upward, if you will, into this divine column of light within you. Again, these platinum frequencies are moving beyond now the fourth chakra. They're still, the divine light is still, it's basically filling us up, okay, from this beautiful platinum structure beneath our feet. And now it is filling up through the throat chakra, helping us remember that knowing our truth is the origination of living our truth and speaking our truth and sharing our truth as we choose to, as we feel led to, okay? Allowing that divine energy to flow upwards to the third eye. Okay, let's spend a little time here. We are reminded that intuition, precognition of the possibilities, not what will happen, but what is possible of happening and what we are choosing to energize. That sense of natural knowingness and wisdom of God is available to us, and that our third eye is the energy center that helps us connect with that, okay? Nice deep breath with that. My wisdom to knowledge and information and divine perspective has never left me as a soul. In the process of experiencing humanity in a separation age, I intentionally closed down some of these energy centers in order to fully experience the separation age of humanity. And I now remember that this separation age is coming to a conclusion and has already concluded for some in human forms. They have already fully expanded into the Aquarian age, the Golden Age, and what we call the Platinum Age, because it is unlike levels of light that have experienced physical form in humanity in any other timeline of Earth. My intuition, my sense of wisdom is fully brought online in this process of remembering. Okay. You may have quite a sensation of a beautiful spiral of energy. If I look at it, it looks like a counterclockwise spin. quantum frequencies, dynamic thinking processes, allowing us to more fully grasp, know, understand, access, and allow the divine frequencies of God that we know from home and that we are choosing now to bring into our humanity, to bring to the surface from deep within the core of our sovereignty into our humanity. Conscious awareness of our divinity and living that vibration. Okay. Now as these platinum frequencies are filling up, they extend now to our crown chakra. Full and complete, impenetrable connection to your multidimensional state and unity consciousness is available, is present, is activated, and will continue to expand the more that we live this vibration, the more that we live these dimensional frequencies in our humanity, calling upon these energies by choice according to our free will. And just allowing this pillar of light to gain momentum. It now has a rotational spin to it. If you look down at it, it has a spin of a counterclockwise rotation. Some of you may be noticing that the platform actually has multiple layers to it, and there's multiple rates of spin and directions of spin going on with the platform beneath the soles of your feet. It just depends on how you set up the blueprint for yourself and the ways that you experience it, okay? No good, no bad, just is. Okay. Okay, so this beautiful source of energy, building and expanding, helping you release and expand beyond any third and fourth dimensional polarization, victimization, unhealthy power structures, manipulation, calling upon the God source creator of all that is, of which we are a part, inherently and infinitely. As this energy builds, extending beyond our crown chakra, extending at least 5 or 6 feet above our heads, and now showering completely in just these beautiful cascade of energy. It is intermingled with golden rays and platinum rays as it showers down upon our entire physical structure, all of the energetic layers of ways of experiencing ourselves in our personal energy field. As it showers, cleanses, restores, transforms, transmutes to the highest frequencies available to you according to your higher self, according to your divine blueprint for this mission, and according to the overall divine plans that oversee this reality and all realities. Allow those beautiful waves of energy, this beautiful shower of golden and platinum rays, to extend now again into a sphere, joining again at the bottom of the platinum structure beneath the soles of your feet, and reconnecting with the pillar of light that you are, and again building up this counterclockwise rotation, and it's expanding your pillar of light now beyond your physical structure. So this column of light that you are is at least 2 or 3 feet wide. They may feel 200 feet wide, whatever you feel led to, okay? Extending up and around. Okay, and just visualize that motion of energy, please, while I further read these instructions here. Okay. Allow yourself to feel your God essence, your sovereignty that is present in these frequencies in this process. Remembering that your sovereignty, your God essence, your higher self, your oversoul, all divine energy that you have contracted to experience in this lifetime are fully available in every way that you experience your humanity. Nice deep breath. To me, I can visualize that our energy structure is really tuning to this frequency. The platinum color is now intermixed with a beautiful indigo blue, so it looks like a steel blue kind of color. It's incredibly crystalline in its nature, in its vibratory rate, its cleanliness, its purity, its authenticity, divine structure. Okay. Our energy field, rooted in our light, is informing us in a divine manner, guiding us as a sovereign being, and helping us see and experience the reflection back of the love and the light that is the core ingredient of all that is, so that we can see all things, all people, all facts from this divine and cosmic perspective, where the truth is that all is well all the time. Initiating the platinum ray into our humanity at all energetic levels, structures, and substructures. Platinum ray sequence initiated. Sequence and protocol fully activated. Nice deep breath. Beautiful seal of light is now fully intact, offering us these frequencies without compromise, without restriction, sealing our personal energy field, this divine platinum sphere of you, into these light-based frequencies, allowing you to choose them as you please. This is so helpful because these frequencies of separation are still present in this reality. They're still offered, and it is necessary to access our highest light quotient in order to expand beyond these separation programs, truths, beliefs, thoughts, emotions, and feelings. We have accessed the platinum ray of light from our soul's blueprint in this process. Initiation is complete. Activation carries forward as you live these frequencies by your choice, by your free will, and by your divine blueprint. And so it is. Nice deep breath. Okay. Thank you. Our partner in that process was Metatron, and he's just telling each and every one of you, beautifully done, nice job. Okay. Thank you. And Metatron's just saying, well, that should get their attention. Meaning our humanness, our egoic voice, our mental body, our emotional body, etc. It captures its attention when we are accessing more and more of our light, reminding all of the different ways that we experience ourselves, how we are choosing to command through self, capital S, in our journeys, in accordance with the light, in harmony with the light and the God-based frequencies that we are, okay, in our infiniteness, and choosing to be that more fully in our human expression. Okay, let's all get a drink. Alrighty. Well, that was just yummy. We may feel led to repeat that. There's probably about 22 layers to that vibration, or 22 layers of vibration, I want to clarify, to that meditation. So it will serve you well in multiple phases of your expansion and experiencing. You will, it'll be different, a quantum, each and every time that you choose to go back to it, okay? Yummy. All right. Okay. Okay, rotate your shoulders a little bit, squeeze your hands, blink your eyes a little bit, wiggle your jaw and your tongue in your mouth, wiggle your toes. Okay, to re-engage with the physical matter that you are in its now upgraded divine state based on these frequencies that you've called to the surface of your awareness and your consciousness, and given them permission to run so freely in your energy field. Okay, thank you. All right, special topic. Let's do it. Okay, the special topic today is the goal of this upliftment cycle. I have found that it is incredibly assisting to us in our human forms to have some sort of information, whether it's in an article that's written or in a video or an audio message that we hear, etc., that helps us remember more and more of the overarching plans and really why we're here from that cosmic perspective, right? It helps us, number one, it sometimes just puts a voice to the soul essence and vibration that you're feeling within you. So we bring it into another level of physical form when we actually hear it, that someone else is saying it to us, seemingly from outside of our energy field, right? Wink, wink. And that there is a further bringing into the grid, the energetic grid systems, that humanity accesses all of those different layers and dimensional structures and substructures of grids that we access with our humanity and really set in motion with our divinity. That by recording a message and then receiving a message, whether you're the sharer or the receiver, etc., it helps solidify and anchor the light more fully into this reality that we love so much. This earthly reality, the human experience, etc. We're really here because we have a deep and profound love for Earth and all that she offers. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so what I'm doing here, some would call it channeling. I don't call it that because to me channeling has a connotation that it's somehow a message or a vibration of source that is somehow separate from you and separate from your higher self, and that's definitely not how I experience the divine energies. The wisdom that I'm sharing is from my team, of which I as my higher self am a part of. I believe that we all have natural access to the divine wisdom and divine essence based on our blueprints, etc., and our inherent sovereignty. We have access to much more than is outside of us in this human form as it is at present. So whether you call it channeling or whatever, I call it interdimensional communication because it's not foreign to me, it's not separate from me, it's coming and rooted from my heart center consciousness, the light that I am in my infiniteness, and it is targeted and really specifically designed, I'll say, along with my purpose for being here, really chartered with accessing that light for self and sharing that opportunity with others for them to discern and decide. Okay? That's always, for me, a huge hallmark of a vibration of anything is it honoring of me as the recipient and the choices that I have? Is it honoring of my light? And is it encouraging more and more of my light? Okay? This whole commiseration, misery loves company way of experiencing humanity, it's just not my flavor of ice cream. And it may not be yours anymore either. Okay. So as I'm interdimensionally connecting, I'm just, again, almost like going back into a meditation, closing my eyes. I would encourage, the same process could be used by anyone for connecting with your higher self, or if your purpose, as you'd stated, is connecting with your guides, it's all the same. Okay? Okay, so my feet are flat on the floor, my palms are up, my eyes are closed. Taking nice deep breaths. And I'm just really almost like an elevator, moving my conscious awareness from our beautiful brains, like an elevator, going deep, deep, deep into the heart center consciousness, into the gateways to the higher dimensions of all that is going on simultaneously along with our humanness. Deeper and deeper into the God essence that I am. Calling upon the message that we are asking for today that is in alignment with the overarching blueprints, my blueprint, my objective and intention for sharing. Archangel Metatron is assisting us with this message today. The vibration of power rooted in love is his hallmark. Okay. The moments in linear time that you are presently experiencing are created by a set of grand cycles and minor cycles coming together to create the energies available to you in this moment. The energies that are available to Earth at this time are specifically designed for a specific purpose, and that's what I wish to share with you at this time. The overall purpose as an umbrella of truth that you may personally have an affinity with and resonate with is for the restoration of sovereignty to humanity, all of humanity. All colors, all shapes, all sizes, all ages, all pasts, all lineages, all blood types. The restoration, reintegration of divinity to the divine structure of human form. Nice deep breath, please. This doesn't happen all at once because of free will. And because of the co-creator role that Source has in its expressions of 7 billion different versions of humans on the planet at this time, there are natural waves of integration of divinity into human form, and that's how these cycles have happened in the upward spiral of energy that happens in an enlightenment phase, as well as the first wave of those that are in the process of what we call a separation age. All of these cycles are set in motion by waves of humanity experiencing the vibrations of the dawning age. Okay? The reason that it is so important for you to feel supported in the light that you are calling upon is because the wave that you are a part of, listening to a message like this even is a kind of indicator of that. That's a synchronicity, yes? That there is a pioneering role that is played based on the remembering, accessing, integrating, choosing being a hugely important component of this experience. Choosing the light that is you in your infiniteness, that is the root and foundation of your sovereignty, that you're in the process of you remembering that, you create a new human form. Physically, energetically, how you experience emotions, how you choose to create feelings, how you choose to create anything. The balancing, the harmonization of your mental body, of your human brain between the right and the left hemisphere. There is so much of the sovereign frequencies that play out in truly a quantum way in terms of how you are choosing to engage with it, engage with the light that you are, and create from those vibrations, okay? This remembering is important. Because if it weren't for a very complete and we would say comprehensive integration of the light-based frequencies that we offer, there wouldn't be the dawning age. There wouldn't be the next stage to come. So it is created in this process. It is experienced by these different waves of humanity, literally, by this process. And it is creates a noticeable variety of experiencing humanity at the same time, and everybody can notice it. Everybody within humanity, definitely those of us that are not in an incarnate state at this time, we we witness what's going on here in the multiple varieties of humanity that are being played out. Okay. Okay, so this it's helpful for you to remember that it's not personal when those that are choosing to experience their humanity in from different frequencies that you may have actually been experiencing. We would say the lower levels of light quotient that offered the separation age in the genius and brilliant masterpiece that it was, is, and always will be. The level of consciousness that they're choosing to access is just like notes on the scale that will help you from getting into any sort of superiority that the ego body may want to play with and experience. If you're not choosing that, that's okay. It'll help you avoid, we would say, the superiority or inferiority kind of complex that can play out with information like this. It also can help you avoid the better than, more evolved, kind of high and mighty way of experiencing humanity, because that's not in line with your sovereignty. Okay, your sovereign frequencies know nothing but the fact that all matter, all energy is divine in its root and in its core essence. That at its foundation, everything, everyone, all that is nothing but light. Nothing but light. Okay? Now, in the process of experiencing separation, in this magical opportunity that it is on Earth, that expresses itself in multiple ways, right? So in the midst of forgetting that you are light, a whole variety of things can happen, okay? So that's just in the process of forgetting your divine nature and your elements, your elemental structure of being light. It goes along with a certain vibrational rate, light quotient, access to light, again, by choice, as well as the level of consciousness and the level of access to divine blueprints and wisdom and who I am and what you are and all of those things that humanity experiences in relationships, everyday living, making a life, creating income to pay bills, being, taking responsibility for your life and what you're creating and how you're choosing to experience others, etc., and self. To those that are not at the same level of expansion, we wish to remind you that there is a way of looking at them with honor and nothing but honor. And also compassion, not in a pity kind of way, which is more of a lower chakra way of experiencing, but in a truth system, a belief system that all is well, and that no matter what challenges are being experienced by others, no matter what earth changes are going on, no matter what dramatic and sometimes tumultuous looking events can have, that there is always a divine purpose. There is always a divine purpose with that. Okay? And recognizing that it doesn't take, we don't mean to sound flippant, but it doesn't take a huge amount of energy of an infinite being, a soul, to animate a physical body. That's not all they are. And it's not all that you are, right? So in the midst of expanding your vibrational field and reconnecting and remembering more and more of your divine nature, your inherent divine structure as a soul, you begin to experience yourself in a completely different way. The way that you perceive facts, the way that you perceive information, the way that you experience relationships, the way that you create relationships, everything is different, okay? So when you are experiencing someone that's not making the same choices that you are, or maybe has intentionally blueprinted themselves that they don't want to be the first wave, maybe they're the first waver in 10 10 billion other different realities as a soul. And this time they didn't want to go first. They wanted to watch you figure it out. And then later on, they wanted to come online. That'll help you stay at a superiority, won't it? Okay. So you can understand and just trust and honor the different roles that are being played, and that you really aren't chartered with dragging anyone along with you, and that you're also not chartered with hanging out with somebody that may be in a different wave, energetically hanging out with them, because that's not the vibration that you are feeling led to from within your inner guidance system. Okay? When it comes to the overarching blueprints of expanding the level of light and divinity that is available to and offered to all of humanity, it starts with these grand cycles and minor cycles coming together in form. And a key part of that is the integration of that light and the animating that light from within different forms of life, including humanity. We honor you, and we honor all humans in all different ways of experiencing themselves, okay? We see you, and we see your intense, almost uncontrollable passion for being light in an insatiable kind of way. And we also remind you that there's a vibration of calm and peace that's available to you no matter where you are, you feel in that process of accessing and allowing and animating your light. That there's a level of just kind of just inner calm. That there's no inner fight, there's no inner, quest for learning it or absorbing information outside of you. There's just a vibration of peace and experiencing the wholeness that you are. Okay? You will synchronistically, especially in this time phase, be guided to whatever is kind of naturally a match for you in assisting you in that process of attaining and allowing your sense of wholeness that you know as a soul into your human experience. It comes from within, though. Notice our word choice there, okay? Okay. So can you be okay with the fact that others will perhaps in an increased way not understand you? Can you choose to be not only tolerant but accepting that others' truths don't resonate with your truth, and that they may choose to kind of elbow you or cross your path and question you or challenge you even, or just tell you you're doing it wrong? When you are accessing the level of wholeness that is available from your soul self, from your God frequencies, you can find a space and access a space of neutrality, and we want to say inner certainty of who and what you are in your infiniteness, and also the truth system that they also, this whatever other form this other person is taking, is also a unique aspect of God experiencing itself in a different way. They're co-creating of their own volition, right, of their own free will. It is not automatically necessary that you justify yourself, that you explain yourself, that you engage in a way that you don't feel comfortable with, or that you just don't feel it's going to be productive with another. We want to make sure that you feel your broad set of choices and giving yourself permission, that the more that you are the more that you are experiencing your light, and the more that you are really creating this pioneering new human, divine human experience, the more kind of you're bringing that spectrum of human choices off into another direction. And others may be on a rate of growth of more and more of their light as well, or they may be perfectly satisfied and perfectly content with whatever note on the piano they're playing, okay? You don't need to convince a D note that your C note is best. And you don't need to, it is not required, that you engage with explaining why your C note is what you're choosing to play as opposed to the D note. Okay? Literally, it is notes on the scale. And the symphony is getting really, really interesting in this phase of a shift. And this is a shift. I mean, this is how it happens. In the midst of a shift, it sounds more like jazz without sheet music and with a group of beings that maybe have never played before together. And you just gotta, it's important for each of the players to find their own rhythm. And you are creating a new rhythm with this level of light that you're personally accessing. Okay? We ask you to trust yourself. Play with this in a joyful, lighthearted manner. That is so much in alignment with who you are in your infiniteness. When it feels like work, when it feels like drudgery, there's a high likelihood that you're somehow off-center into a convincing kind of modality of that you either are trying to convince yourself, which would be your lower self, that you're good enough, or that you're trying to convince others that you're legitimate. If you want certification that you're legitimately light, consider that you just got it, okay? Even if you want to go on the printer and make up a document, all right? It's who you are. Can you feel it? It's who you are the moment that you were born, and it is who you are at the moment that you decide that this journey is complete and that you die, what we would say is go home. Transition out of the human form whenever you choose for that to be. Okay, free will is in place in that process as well. Deep breath. Please repeat after me. I honor these blueprints of restoring sovereignty to humanity, to all life on Earth, and to Earth herself. I feel grateful for the separation age and all that it offered. And I feel grateful to play this role amidst this shift, being offered the opportunity to access and be more and more of the light that I am. I am light. I am light. I am light. 100%. Fully and completely light in my infiniteness, and choosing to access that in my humanity. Because it is time, and because I know that these blueprints call and are guiding me to be the light that I am, so that that same opportunity will be offered without constraint, without barrier, and without manipulation to all humans, all life in this reality, and all the dimensional layers of this reality, accessing and being according to the free will and sovereignty of divine, being offered the light that it is. And so it is. Okay. So we use caution and we express caution for you in an us and them kind of mentality, okay? Some, depending on how they're choosing to experience humanity, experience vibrational truths, beliefs, etc. Some are easily triggered by an us and them kind of approach where somehow they feel like they're being left out or that they're being left behind, etc. Recognize that that is more than likely a program that they are experiencing, not that you're experiencing. But again, we wish to remind you of the article that we shared through our partner called Being in This World But Not of This World, from the summer of 2012, in which we talk about the mirroring principle and an expanded view of the mirroring principle, where it's also can be a reflection of mass consciousness and not necessarily a reflection of you. And again, the biggest tool that you can use in identifying whether something that you are seeing reflected back to you is yours to work on or expand beyond, as opposed to just a reflection of mass consciousness and the vibrations available on the planet, is whom is having the emotional reaction, whom is triggered into anger, fear, sadness, anxiety, etc. Those aren't bad, quote unquote. They are just different vibrations and frequencies that are available to human form at this time, okay? The one that is neutral and is not having an emotional reaction of any kind, that doesn't mean they're not doing anything, they're not saying anything or not acting in any way, but it's from that higher chakra system because it's expanded beyond the death grip, literally, that the lower chakra emotional body, mental body can have, that hijacks, literally, the divine expression within human form. Okay? Okay, so how do you ensure that, well, we want to make sure you're offered and kind of a perspective that is expanded beyond an us and them kind of role. And we would say that we offered that with respect to the notes on the scale and the different ways of experiencing jazz and co-creating jazz, that it's very important that you feel and trust the unique aspect of God that you are fully nurturing it and supporting it with light. You wouldn't feed light with separation age thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs, and truth systems, right? It doesn't make sense. So the allowing and really expansion and openness that you can feel into thoughts, truths, beliefs, emotions, I think that covered it. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs, truths. I think we covered all of them. That accesses more fully, and we want to say amplifies, literally, because it's so nurturing, it's so in alignment with the light that you are. Okay? So even a thought form or a response that, well, that's divisive, that's us and them, that wouldn't be your interpretation. It certainly wouldn't be our interpretation of a message like this. And yet, if that is someone's interpretation, deep bow to you, brother and sister. We honor the interpretation that you uniquely co-created, and that how you are choosing to perceive and integrate and interpret a message like this. We honor all ways of experiencing humanity. Our purpose, and really what we offer, is that overarching blueprint of what's in store, what you are setting in motion, and what some of you are so naturally just feeling, and that we're supporting you in that role. A message like this is intended to support those that feel that inner yearning to be the light that they are, okay? And that they're really already have already decided and have consciously chosen and consciously choose in every moment that they are embracing the light that they are, and that they feel complete with the separation age, and that they're not releasing, that they're not re-upping, they're not renewing their lease on those separation age programs in every moment, which again would not be bad. It's just a different way of experiencing yourself. We know that even just that is very difficult sometimes to comprehend from a certain level of consciousness, from a certain note on the scale. You can't get there. From certain notes on the scale, it does not fit that all is well all the time, that some are somehow tuned and they pre-wired themselves to access a certain level of light at a certain time. That is what happens. We honor you so greatly in the way that you have designed your own journey and the way that you have designed yourself, no matter what that looks like. Literally, the example that we gave earlier about somebody that may not be in the pioneering wave of creating the divine human may have done that role in, time after time after time, and in other shifts of other physical realities, and this time they did not want to go first. That's okay. That's okay. There's no judgment that we have about that, and we remind you that there is no need for you to have judgment about that either. Okay? For those that choose to embrace the light, remembering that all is 100% light at its core essence, we support you. We see how much expansion further into the light that you are, that you have chosen, that you continually seek in every moment of in every breath. Choosing to be your divine nature while you are simultaneously re-membering what that means to you. You don't need to know it all intellectually before you can be it. That would take a lot longer than the cycle that you are, than the plans that are in place right now for this age to shift. Okay, that's why you have these night and day kind of effects where all of a sudden there's this huge expansion of your energy field that you feel overnight or even in a moment. That you're just feeling this huge kind of pufferfish kind of effect. In the process of interdimensionally expanding from within the human form, it is so not linear. It is not a step A, step B, step C. And that is why we work with our partner the way that we do, because she is blueprinted and wired in a way that allows her to think very dynamically and in a way that it isn't necessary for it to be linear and before this, then that, and you can't do this before that. She doesn't see it that way. And she's allowed her expansion to be extremely quantum and extremely dynamic, right on schedule. That's the way she set it up. That's the way you set it up. Okay? So whenever you are feeling frustrated or annoyed that it's going too slow, please open up your hands, put your hand on your heart, and say, God within me, the unique and divine source creator that is all that is, remind me or show me another way to experience my light, where I'm not feeling blocked, where I can remove any sort of barriers or implantations or false devices that are somehow keeping me trapped, keeping me feeling less than I am. Because somehow I know that I'm huge and that I'm significant and that I am empowered in my sovereignty, but I can't feel it right now, and I need your help with that. You will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. Okay. Discernment is key in this entire process. And discernment, again, isn't about good or bad. And there are an infinite number of choices for how you can go about your expansion, go about your self-nurturing, go about self-love and honoring self and honoring others. There are so many different ways to go through this upliftment cycle. And all of those scenarios can play out at different times. So if at any point, at any moment, you're saying, well, this isn't feeling as good as I thought it would, or experiencing that or reading that or watching that, or the way I said that, the way I'm responding and feeling a response to something, that doesn't feel as good as I know it can. Okay? What feels good to you is an indicator, because when you are fully accessing and we want to say intentionally accessing the light that you are in your infiniteness, the light of God that is within you. It is your engine. It's the free energy that some of you are looking outside for. It's right in there, dear one. It's right in there. That whole process naturally gravitates you, we would say, and harmonizes and attracts magnetically and electrically to other resonant light-based experiences. We've been doing a lot of sharing in that topic and the remembering workshops through our partner over the last 3 weeks. Okay. Okay. We remind you to trust yourself, capital S, in this amazing journey that you have so beautifully designed, and that you dynamically create from that set of blueprints, that you never know how you're going to feel in different situations, even if some of it you did kind of set up ahead of time. It's how you feel in that moment and how you choose the different frequencies available. That's where the co-creator ability comes in from you. Okay. Trusting you. Trusting your plan, that you laid it out beautifully. Trusting the overarching plans, that you didn't choose to experience humanity in order to repeat other endings that you didn't feel good about, such as Atlantis and many, many others, many, many, many others across the millennia. It is in the balance and the harmony rooted in your sovereignty that we would say is neither divinely feminine or divinely masculine. It's just divine. That in that vibration of divinity, in its wholeness, in its completeness, in its 100% light, you create new endings to all the different cycles that play out in your daily life, and that affects the bigger picture of this reality, because all of you are a key component to the entire reality structure that you are experiencing in your human form. Not just a cog in the wheel, a dynamic, sovereign, creator being. Feel that freedom and follow that inner guidance system to access that level of freedom so that you can be your light without constraint, without barrier, without imposition, that is beyond manipulation. Okay? Manipulation, force of control, force of wills has no place with the levels of light and levels of sovereignty that you are accessed to have, that you are calling upon at this time, and that are blueprinted into this dawning age that is now being so beautifully set in motion by each and every one of you. Thank you for the role that you play. You may remember as your higher self that physical realities are changed by being in the physical. There is much planning in place that goes into that process, yes, but you remember as other roles that you've had as spirit guides, guardians, however else you remember that you've experienced yourself as an infinite being. If you didn't personally experience it, you were definitely connected to it. There's only so much that can be done in the higher dimensional states to the physical states of being itself, of being source. Okay? So in order to upgrade, we would say, and create an upward spiral of energy that can even begin to set in motion these amazing Platinum Age blueprints that you helped create, in order to make that happen, it has to be initiated in the physical. That is a cosmic structure of energetic exchange, energetic interplay that is just necessary. Okay? And here you are in this beautiful form that you chose so beautifully, offering you the divine human structure for which humanity was originally created, to be its divinity, to be its sovereignty. There were many other ways that humanity experienced itself, and you're just coming out of an age like that. And there were other different ages of humanity not experiencing its sovereignty. That was an experience. It wasn't an identity of what humanity is, okay? And we shared a message on this recently. Oh, what did we call it? Expanding further into unity consciousness. That discusses that more fully, that when you identify with separation, when you identify with humanity being a slave race for an evolved race of humans, etc., you immediately disempower your own experience. And that makes sense, yes? That was a flavor of experiencing humanity in an age of separation. And that doesn't feel good anymore, right? There's a reason it doesn't feel good, because that is not what you are chartered to relive and recreate. Been there, done that applies quite beautifully in this instance. But restoring sovereignty to humanity feels really good. And so it is. Deep bow to each and every one of you for the role that you play, the access that you have, and who you are as we know you in your infiniteness. You are such a beautiful, we want to say, reflection of the amazing you that we see in your infiniteness. You're doing so wonderfully. Thank you. Got a little bit of that spin going on in my energy field. Can you guys feel that for yourselves too? Okay, nice deep breath. Okay, let's get a drink. Oh, alrighty. Oh, just a little stretching going on over here. Thank you so much. Thank you for participating in that. I have shared before, and I'll share it again, that it's really clear to me that we call upon these messages, that we as our higher selves kind of help design what these messages will be based on what we are ready to hear and ready to remember and ready to hear back that we may have felt in our own energy fields. But again, it brings it more into form and into the various layers of the grid system that support Earth when we, when it creates a sound wave, etc. Okay, making it real more and more. Okay. So thank you so much. If you enjoyed this webinar, thank you for sharing it with others that may also benefit from this very unique experience. Thank you for posting the link, perhaps in other groups, forums, and websites where you feel it could be helpful to others, okay? This isn't about me. This isn't about my website. This isn't about the company that I founded in January of 2010. This is about the restoring of sovereignty to humanity. If you feel like this plays any sort of supporting role in that, then I trust whatever decisions and choices you make based on that. Okay? Thank you. Okay, my website is www.beaconforlightworkers.com. There's many, many other support tools that we have in there. There's literally hundreds of gifted, i.e. free, articles and videos that we offer on there. There are also things that we request a value exchange, that we ask for a value exchange, including online classes, private sessions, remembering workshops, etc. And I'll talk about the remembering workshops in just a minute. There's also a free newsletter. We just sent out one last week. Just many, many things over there. Okay, we have archives available in video and in MP3 of the past 3 weeks of sharing, what we've begun calling remembering workshops. And the special topics that we've shared so far in the one that we kicked off on, I think it was September 27th, was Galactic Time Travelers. On October 2nd, we shared shifting timelines to light-based frequencies. And on October 9th, we shared tapping into your creator power more fully. Each of them is, it includes a meditation, it includes a special topic, and then it's every single one of them is 2 hours so far anyway. They're all offered for $9 US, and they include a meditation activation, the special topic, and about 60 minutes of extremely informative and relevant discussion based on questions that were asked by the live participants. So that hour of discussion has just been really fun for me, because I've shared before that I use my God card to access the divine wisdom in the higher dimensions. And there's only, me as Jill and what I'm blueprinted to access, I get that, just in the uploads that I get. But sometimes you guys ask a question, and it triggers like another level of upload of, oh yeah, like I hadn't thought about asking that or considering that as Jill, but it's just like this whole other doorway kind of opens up of information. And I love sharing like that. And in that space of a registered format, that's where I've chosen to do that. Okay? Alrighty. let's see. So those are very fun. They're very lively. They're very intimate and very deep info. So if you feel led, all of those are archived, and we have another live one coming up on October 23rd. And again, it's on the website under, I think it's under purchase and then remembering workshops. If you feel led, I'm not forcing anyone to do anything. That's not my nature. It dishonors your free will. I'm not going to tell you you need it because I don't know if you need it. If you'd benefit from it, I trust that you will make that decision. I love you that much to trust you in guiding your own journey. I know you in the wisdom that you have as your higher self, and I know that you were on track exactly right now in where you said you wanted to be and where you are supposed, quote unquote, to be. You're doing it right because there's no way to do it wrong. Okay? All right. The next gifted webinar, like we're sharing today, will be on a Wednesday, which is unusual, Wednesday, November 14th. And I'll be posting on Facebook and on my website at beaconforlightworkers.com under news and events about that. Okay, so that's the best way to kind of keep informed about what's happening when. I may not be doing this on Blog Talk Radio for that November 14th. It doesn't make sense for me to use Blog Talk Radio. I think I pay like $49 a month. It doesn't make sense for me to use this when it's a once a month format. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, so I may be using another format to share that live information and to access the archived information. Okay? Alrighty. And another announcement here, we have the Conscious Wisdom Festival, the second. Those happen quarterly. This is the second one. We had the initial one that the beautiful Molly McCord launched in August of 2012, and we have the second one that actually started today, October 16th through October 18th. There are 15 speakers in 3 days. It's all archived, and there's live access. Do I have that? Yeah, I do. So the 15 speakers, these are just a few. Robert Schwartz, he's just done an amazing level of work to help us remember the soul's purpose and planning of each journey. It's powerful information and good remembering. Rick DeClemente, Emmanuel Dagger, Cheris Melina, Jeff McBride, Leslie Draper, Inez Martins, myself. My presentation will be Thursday, the 18th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and 12:30 at night, in the middle of the night in London. Thank goodness for those archives, right? Amy Landerman will be presenting, Molly McCord, and many more. So it's an amazing set of information. And the last one was very really an honor to participate in that, and I really enjoyed listening to the archive messages too. Good stuff. I want to say a special thank you to Johnny Shaver and Michael Dake for the healing talents that you each shared with me this past week. Deep bow and honor and gratitude for really all of us that are sharing our soul abilities and soul talents in this reality with others, or even just for self. There's no judgment about how widely you're sharing, but receiving the soul kind of talents and energies and frequencies from another is just such a special privilege. And I thank you to Johnny and Michael for sharing your gifts in that way. I feel like a new version of me is more attuned and feels more accessible thanks to the work that you offer, so thank you. On Facebook, you can find me at Jill Renee Online. I'm quite active on Facebook, and I enjoy sharing kind of mini downloads that I get. It's quite fun. Okay, I think that's it. Have a wonderful week, everybody. We ended early. It feels complete, though. So thank you so much. I think that's it. I appreciate you and the unique role that you play. The unique aspect of God that you are cannot be done, cannot be expressed by anyone else, because only you have it. The beautiful energetic signature that you are as a soul and that you as a human are an aspect of is so special and so one of a kind. If there's anything that we do that supports you in further exploring that, being that, discovering that, and then expanding it, animating it, etc., then I will feel like my purpose for what I do is complete. No one can do what you do. No one can be the unique soul signature that you are. That's what motivates me. Literally in everything that I do. I love this reality so much. And I so clearly see that as more and more of us are really consciously animating those light-based frequencies in all online with all the chakra systems, upgrading that to that sense of all is well all the time, well-being, the level of love and the vibration of love that we know from home, that remembers that no one needs to be rescued, no one needs to be saved, that no one is doing anything wrong, that there's just this whole other cosmic perspective that can overlay and that we can expand into that sensory vibration that just feels literally divine. That's how we change and age. That's how we upgrade the physical form of humanity. That's how we stop aging. That's how we, literally can even expand our consciousness into levels of cosmic truth that we don't even have in recorded history. It's infinite. It's so quantum and so dynamic and so absolutely yummy. It's so fun. Our creator power is just literally being unleashed in this process. And thank you to each and every one of you for being here, experiencing this the physical layers of dimension, so that you can affect them in the profound way that each and every one of us can by being our light in our personal lives. That's not insignificant. It's huge. It's huge. So thank you. Namaste. See you real soon. Bye-bye, everybody.